So as you've probably been reading, Balto, the stuffed, mounted remains of the sled dog that saved Nome, Alaska, is leaving to go on display for a few months back in his home state. Now, I know this thing's been tucked away in a dark corner of this museum for years. You've probably walked right past him a dozen times, but it really is an amazing story, this whole Balto thing. It was 1925, diphtheria was threatening to wipe out the population of isolated Nome. It was the dead of winter, airplanes were still too primitive to make the trip, and the only thing that could get the life-saving antitoxin through the blizzards was the most primitive conveyance of all, dog sleds. Now, Balto wasn't the only dog involved here, or even necessarily the most important one. He'll be displayed in Alaska alongside Togo, arguably the real hero of the so-called serum-run. But Balto, for his part, was plenty heroic, and I'll tell you one thing, he's the better preserved of the two. His 1930s vintage taxidermy is held up great. Standing next to him, you would almost think he was still the living dog that Clevelanders took to their hearts and saved from the circus 90 years ago. He's a Clevelander now, and he will be back this summer, but you still have a few days to make your way over and get reacquainted.